Everything that comes to you is for you in one way or another. So it's accepting what is without judgment, being open to what unfolds. So often things aren't what they seem. I mean, everyone would have experienced that one door closes for another one to open. Often things look like they're falling apart before something else appears. So it's being able to be present and calm and neutral through all of those things, knowing and trusting that it is all unfolding for you. Welcome to the Miracle Frequency Podcast. Welcome back, everyone. We have another session today. What are we calling it? Spiritual Riffs with Susan and Sin. So welcome back, Sin, who is our intuitive therapist, channel, and spiritual mentor. Welcome back.
Thank you, Susan. Always happy to be here. Thank you.
For another chat, another riff. We've had some great feedback on our first couple, so excited to dive into this topic today, which is all about surrender. And really, we're just going to share our stories of surrender, how it's changed our life, and, hopefully deliver some little gold nuggets and powerful insights to the audience.
Yes, indeed. Let's do it.
Yes. So just to rewind, my big journey with surrender started a few years ago. And this has been absolutely the most transformational part of my life in the last few years. And many of you who tune into the podcast regularly would have heard that a couple of years ago, I sort of shut down my business and truly surrendered to whatever was going to unfold. I had got to this place where it was feeling very, very hard. And interestingly enough, I had read the book by Michael.A, The Surrender Experiment, but it sort of came up again and I reread it at that time, and it just really helped me to trust the unfolding. And over the last couple of years, that's been the biggest focus, I guess, of my life, to absolutely surrender to what's unfolding for me and to trust, have full, deep trust in knowing that everything is unfolding for me, and to allow life to lead me in ways that my ego, my mind, wouldn't choose. And the journey has been so interesting. It's always a work in progress, but I have to say the biggest lesson from it all is I would have absolutely considered myself a control freak. And so learning to surrender, the greatest gift is peace. It's peace. It's that I don't need to, my mind, my ego doesn't need to know the outcome. It wants to, right? But I keep reminding it that it doesn't need to. And so when things are uncertain, which happens a lot, and which I'm have been able to embrace and enjoy and live in this more and more and more, this uncertainty, this unknown, I still am able to find a deep peace. And Sin and I were just talking about it because, there's some other things going on in my life at the moment which have been very uncertain, and I have no idea how they're going to pan out. And so I'm completely in this place of the unknown. I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel relatively calm and at peace. I mean, I'm still human. Occasionally I go, what's going to happen? But really, for the most part, I would say 95% of the time, I'm able to remain calm and at peace. And so that, in a nutshell, has been, I guess, the greatest lesson or the greatest benefit of living a life where you surrender to. So let me just explain, I guess, what it is, what surrender means. Right? It doesn't mean giving up. It means to absolutely be present in the moment and trust what's unfolding for you, and to surrender to the pulls and what is coming into your realm. So everything that comes towards you, everything that comes to you is for you in one way or another. So it's accepting what is without judgment, being open to what unfolds. So often things aren't what they seem. I mean, everyone would have experienced that one door closes for another one to open. Often things look like they're falling apart before something else appears. So it's being able to be present and calm and neutral through all of those things, knowing and trusting that it is all unfolding for you. That's my little ramble. Sin, tell me about your experience with surrender.
Oh, like you, I think I spent many years of my life thinking, thinking that I had some sort of control over certain factors, and it really is an illusion, or as the Buddhists would call it, a delusion. The mind is telling us that we have control and that even if we think about something enough, that perhaps we'll have control. I think that's one of the biggest fallacies is egoic mind churning so many thoughts and having us believe that if I think of enough different scenarios, possibilities, steps to get to where I want to go, all of that will ensure that that's what's going to unfold in my life. And what a lot of energy. What a lot of mental energy. Imagine we could tap that
Yes.
and run our electric cars off it.
I know. And you know what? Like, I have to say, sometimes I still get caught in that sometimes, right? It's like, what are all the ways that something could unfold, or what are all the things I can do? But I still know that when I actually let go of that, it's the intuitive pulls, it's the opportunities, it's the things that come to me that allow it to unfold effortlessly.
It's so true. And something I want to pick up on that you said earlier was this sense of you being aware that there were only ideas or thoughts that your mind were having, and that surrender was around you being open to, what is unfolding. And it really is that. I totally agree with you, Susan. Everything is unfolding for us, even the things that we feel are challenges, and they may well be challenges, are unfolding for us. And one of the things I've been noticing again recently in certain aspects of my life is when you're able to come back into the consciousness, let go of the thinking, just the conscious awareness of, oh, this is happening. Oh, this feels really uncomfortable. And it is a little bit of also tapping into, okay, what am I feeling? What's happening? I think we can do a little bit of self-inquiry. But when you can balance that with the conscious presence of actually being able to observe what else could be going on here. And I feel quite fortunate to have you and other people in my life that are I feel very switched on, that often will also remind me of if something's popped up that you consider as negative, that why do we say it's negative? Why do we say it's bad? How are we not able to come to a space of neutrality rather than judging? And I think the judgment can often lead to more of trying to be in control again. Oh, I need to fix this. Oh, I need to resolve this. Oh, this needs to happen, which us sometimes us still inadvertently getting in there trying to control a situation rather than saying, what if I stepped back for a moment and understood how is this working out for me?
Yes. And I would even take that a step further and say,
Please do.
don't try and work out how is it working out for me, just accept that it is.
Yeah.
So what I mean
Beautiful.
by that is that,
Beautiful.
that also can be a bit of a, if I can say, head fuck, that you can go, oh my God, what's the lesson here? What should I be
Yeah,
learning?
true.
Oh, what have I missed? What does this all mean? What's the sign? What's the sign?
Yeah,
The,
true.
the, the secret is to be able to go, I don't know what's happening now. I don't know what's unfolding, but I'm here for it. I'm present for it. I'm open to it, right? I'm open to the lessons. I don't know what where this journey is going to take me. It's being able to be comfortable in the unknown. That's what I feel like is key to this whole shift of, trying to control into this place of surrender. And when I was, quite a few years ago, teaching manifestation quite a lot, the biggest piece of the puzzle that everyone always has trouble with is letting go, right? It's letting go. It's letting go of their desire. It's like, I've been doing these manifestation techniques. Where is it? Where is it? Why isn't it coming? Because people can't let go because they have this idea of what they think it needs to look like.
Yeah.
And when you realize that your higher mind, consciousness, source is lining everything up for you in ways that you couldn't even imagine, that's when you're able to just go, I'm here for the ride. Show me how good it gets to be.
It's so true when you say that, and I do like what you said. I think perhaps maybe the only knowingness that we could have is to know that, as you say, it is working out for us. It is unfolding, and therefore we can trust. And I like that you pointed that out, because I do think that's the next level of that. And when we're able to step back, because I've also read the book because you told me to read the Surrender Experiment, and it changed my life. It's changed my life. My life is
It's a great book. I've read it several times. I encourage everyone to read it.
so do
I'll
I.
drop
So
the
do
link for
I.
it down below.
Good. The thing is that it is true. We do not know what's necessarily unfolding for us, and egoic mind wants to know. Why does it want to know? Because the role of or function of egoic mind essentially is to keep us safe. We don't want to get rid of it. We don't want to hate on it, and it really will seek to find evidence of whatever we already believe. And so, if I can believe that my life is always, which it is working out for me, then my egoic mind's going to seek evidence of that. And if we're able to understand that it's okay to have that because it will keep us safe in certain times, it might tell us this person that you've started to date doesn't feel quite right, and it's not safe, and maybe that person isn't a nice person, I don't know, then we want to listen to, egoic mind in those ways, those times. But the problem is it feels like it's switched on all of the time for everything, and it's constantly trying to seek a story about anything. And as soon as we resolve one thing, like I might feel like, oh, I resolved that little thing that I was feeling about a particular relationship. Oh, here's some fears that want to pop up about my work or something else, or the future of my work even. And so it's really interesting how it will always find something to hopefully, in its own egoic mind, to distract me. But you're right, when we can let go and step back from that and remember that everything is unfolding, then we can take our hands off the wheel and know that part. We can know that the universe always delivers us things in the most incredible ways, as you say, that we could not have even imagined. And I see it with clients, Susan. Like, I have a lot of clients who say to me, well, you read, you see the future, you can tap into these things. Surely you know what's happening in your life, or how often do you check in? Do you check in every day or every week? And I'm like, I don't check in at all about my life and what's unfolding, because I want to know. I don't want to open up my Christmas presents before Christmas arrives. I want universe, source, spirit to share all of the beauty and the challenges, which always seem to end up beauty too. When we get through the other side, we can often say, oh, I got that, or I understood that, or that shift needed to happen, or that friendship needed to change, or whatever. Like, it usually, really does seem to work out for the best.
Yes. And, one thing I wanted to just pick up on when you said, maybe I don't know, you met someone or you start a relationship and your ego mind sort of says, maybe this isn't right. I would almost argue that that's probably your higher mind. When you just have that knowing about people
Intuition.
that's sort of like, it's not quite right. That's probably that higher mind, that source energy that's coming through and giving you those intuitive pulls,
Yeah.
But in terms of that knowing, or like I said, going through those challenges, when you do come to this place where you truly know that everything's working out for you, then the challenges aren't so challenging, because it's only that the mind judges this is good, this is bad, this is wanted, this is unwanted, that it seems so challenging. I'm not saying that we don't go through challenges. I'm having my own, what we could call challenges at the moment, but I feel like I'm able to sort of ride that wave of uncertainty and unknowing, but still with a deeper peace that there's some magic unfolding. I don't know what it is. And yes, there might be some challenging moments, but the challenges now are more about learning, like what's this new thing I need to learn or evolve through. It's not sort of resisting or fighting what is, trying to fix it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's being able to be more present and sort of understand that there's some lessons here, there's some broader lessons here.
Yes.
Does that make
Yes,
sense?
it does. And you're right. It's when we're in that space of neutrality, because like you, I have a couple of different sort of challenges that have risen up for me this week, a few actually. And the times that I've found things to feel for me quite heavy around these. You know, some are work related, some are personal related. But the times that I found these quite heavy, and I would even say the words draining, have been times when my egoic mind is in there trying to resolve, pull apart, analyze, and even project into the future what something
Yeah.
might need to look like. And again, judging this as, oh, this is really not good. And what I've understood coming back to the neutrality, which you actually helped me with yesterday, I got back into this space of being able to feel that let things unfold and show you what they are. And trust again that if there are shifts in certain areas or changes and uncertainty, to sit comfortably in that space. I often say it to clients in numerology. A lot of numerologists don't use the number zero. They won't refer to it. And when I was mentored years ago, we talked about zero being that space of the unknown, about things a bit like being in the space before manifestation has actually dropped into your world. And we're not just talking about the new car. We're talking about sometimes manifestation can be calling in wanting your relationship to go to another level, or wanting yourself to feel that more peace in your day to day. Manifestation is all number of things that we're not even consciously always, writing down our lists or putting on our vision boards. There's so many things. And what happens really is coming back to the neutrality allows one to know that things are neither good nor bad, as you often say. And again, I feel like you've been my mentor on that and a really, really good teacher around that, has allowed me to step into that space of just understanding if this is happening right now, and there is a shift, whether it's in a work matter or with a family member or anybody else, to trust that needs to shift. And like you say, I don't
Yes.
need to get in and try and repair and fix or resolve. How do I step back and create, if anything, more space for spirit universe to reveal and have room to let me and anybody else involved see what is?
Yes. And so the key to all of this is when anything happens, any challenge, anything that happens, the key, like Sin has been saying, is neutrality. So it's being able to release any fear, judgment, negative self-talk that comes up, calm the mind and come back to a place of neutrality. And yes, we can still sort of have the highest intention, and then from that place of neutrality, we will be led to the right action. So I just want to sort of clarify, it's living a life that's surrendered isn't about never taking any action. It's about trusting the intuitive pulls, trusting what's asked of you, and doing it from a neutral place, knowing that things are unfolding for you, not reacting, but responding. So you will always know what action to take. So when we talk about challenges, let's say in a relationship, someone, you've been arguing with someone, there's sort of been a dynamic that you don't like. It's about being able to come back to a neutral place and breathing, remembering I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. All of these things are part of that experience, right? All of those things are part of that experience. And look, I've got processes that can help people release it. I'll put the link for a course, Purify, down below. It's exactly to do this, to release those, any of that inner disturbance. But then it's about going, okay, what's the highest intention for this relationship? I would love us to be really connected, loving, understanding, respectful. And when you put some energy and focus there from a neutral place, you will be guided to the actions to take. Like, what's the highest intention for that circumstance? And it may mean that you then feel led to end that relationship, or from your more sort of, let's just call it, elevated state, you attract other things out of that person, because the world's just a mirror to what's going on inside you.
So true, so true. And within that, you're right. It's not that we become suddenly some sort of doormat or some sort of person that's withdrawing from life or from the relationships or the connections or any of the situations that are going on. You are right. We can be the conscious observer. We can receive, but we will feel, I believe, the nudges even from our higher selves about how to
Yes.
proceed or how to move on or how to let go or whatever we're being sort of beckoned or guided to do. And the other part that I always find fascinating, which I'm sure you do as well, Susan, is the way that if we are really open and we've stepped back, as I said, and created that space, the way that we then allow room for the universe to communicate with us. And so whether sometimes that's a really dear friend who says something, or you read a meme on Instagram, or whether it's having a conversation with somebody else, or something that you read in a book, whatever, you will find often the guidance or the tools or the tips that helps us. Because again, we are backed up. I constantly say this to clients, we are so supported. We think we're alone. We think that the universe, some people, God, whomever, doesn't care. It's the opposite. And so I've been finding of late, every time I am ready to go another level with this, I'll hear it in a podcast, might have a conversation with you, Susan, with another friend, whoever, my girlfriend, whoever. There is always somebody that seems to give me this incredible wisdom, and I feel it at the time. Sometimes I have to digest it and integrate it, and it drops in even deeper, and I have even more understanding. But it's, wow, oh, thank you, universe. There's another way for me to interact, or there's another way for me to be, or there's another way that, say, in my career, my business, my mission, this could be done, or that can occur. And so then I'm able to see, we're able to see, as you say, the ways the universe is guiding us. But if we're in our heads, stuck in the chit-chat, problem-solving, drama of it, the woe is me, all those other things, it's like being blinded to all
Totally.
else that is there.
Yeah. And that's been, one of the biggest things I've noticed is that the more that I'm neutral, at peace, surrendered to what is, the synchronicities just blow my mind. I love it. It's like when I am, and look, sometimes I get in my head too. Like I just, I do get in my head sometimes, but I have the awareness to go, okay, you're in your head. You need to come back to presence, remember. But what I love is that the synchronicities now just pop all the time. Like I love it. When I'm open, I'm just like, it feels like this really nice energy of, oh, I wonder what sort of lessons or insights or things are going to be coming through, and I just love watching TV, even if it's a kid's film or whatever, and someone says something, I'm like, yep, that's spot on. You read something or you see a post or whatever it is, something in an email that you wouldn't normally open, or it's just, you start to see those little synchronicities everywhere, and it's just, it just reconfirms. So the more you surrender, the more you're present, the more you're able to stay in this neutral state, the more you build that muscle and that belief. Like when I first started surrendering, I didn't really know that everything was always working out for me. I said it and I wanted to believe it, but I didn't deeply know it. Whereas life has now shown me through the process of trusting, surrendering, that absolutely it is all working out for me. And I know that I will be led to anything I need to do. And because life has shown me that time and time again, it makes it so much easier to live in that space. So I get, if you're someone, I absolutely would say that I was a control freak. Absolutely. So if you're in that space now, I totally get how hard it can seem. But on the other side, there's so much magic.
There is indeed. And Susan, I think we are living proof of this. Like you, I feel like I've embodied that now. There was a long time where I understood the concepts, but I wasn't living it. And I know now with my work, I often say to people, because some people are a bit like, oh, you're very brave to have your own business. In a way, maybe I am. Like I know that the universe always sends me clients. And if, for instance, I need some time out, whether I've got something personal going on or whether I feel a bit tired or I need to be working on something else, the universe structures my work and my client flow in a way that really works for the other things that I'm doing and needing, because I'm also choosing to be, not just to do. I used to do. I've been choosing a lot of being. And being present even when you're doing. And it feels nice to start to really embody that. It's such a different state. It does require surrender. It does require letting go. I do it in my relationships now as well. My relationships are very different the way I've ever done them. And like you, sometimes I can still be in my head, but I have this quick awareness of, oh, there you go. What do I need to pull myself back into presence? Sometimes if it's really bad, I'm happy to acknowledge to people if it's really too noisy in there, I'm the first person to listen to Eckhart Tolle podcast. Straight away,
Yeah.
I'm in the zone. Straight away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he does remind me very easily of, yeah, wait a minute, you just need to be and let go, surrender, because the truth is we are not in control. We are not. Even the times I've been at my most controlling, things in my life did not unfold because of control. Yes, I take actions where I want to and where I feel guided to, but it's the unfolding that the universe is always providing us, the synchronicities, the chance meetings with people or networks, all of those things that we allow space for, helps our lives unfold in the ways they're going to inevitably.
Yes.
We
And I
participate.
think the key, sorry.
I was just saying, we participate. We definitely
Yes.
participate, but when we participate from that space of being open because we've surrendered, it's a very different thing to jumping in and trying to make everything happen, make everyone happy, make every situation okay or peaceful. It's a very different thing to surrender and feel the peace that you talked about earlier.
Yes. And I think the key understanding here is that your small mind, my small mind, all of our small minds, our personal mind, our egoic mind is so limited. It only knows the past. It's like a library, right? It's got records of the past. And so it has lessons. It knows the things that it's learnt based off of past events. But when you deeply understand that there is a higher mind, consciousness, source, God that connects us all, this part, the quantum field, it is connected to all things always. And so it's like the GPS. You can only see the road in front of you, right? You only see half a dozen cars, whatever, in front of you. The GPS sees it all. And so it knows, well, there's an accident 3 kilometers up the road, so it's now better for me to redirect you over here. When you actually get that you are being guided by this spiritual GPS that actually sees all things, and that in fact you're going to be so much better off and so much happier and so much more abundant and all of those things if you follow that spiritual GPS rather than your small mind. Like once you actually get that, it becomes so much easier. It's like, I don't know how all the things are connected. If I'm in Sydney, Australia, if I get in a car and want to drive to Brisbane, I don't know how the fuck to get there. I don't know. I mean, I can sort of follow the signs, but if I miss a sign, like I need the GPS to take me there, right? If I relied on my mind and tried to figure it out, imagine how stressful that would be, right? Imagine how stressful, and that's what our minds do. But when you actually get that you are being guided, you are being led, it is so much easier to kind of sit back and go, show me the way. Show me
Exactly.
the way.
Maybe GPS stands for God Positioning System or something like
Oh,
that.
I love that.
It's so, that guidance that's already positioning us where we need to be.
Oh, I love that.
And it does mean, as we say, it's like we're not still the drivers. We're not saying within that GPS system that we don't have our hands on the wheel. We're not looking and hopefully
Yeah.
observing all of the beauty along the way. But what we are doing is we're remembering that we're, in a sense, being co-piloted, aren't we? We have this other beautiful, unconditionally loving wisdom that sits in the car quietly with us with the full map, already knowing, much, much further into the
Yeah.
future, what's coming up and all of the beauty that's waiting for us. So again, the part of being able to surrender means that fundamentally, like you said earlier, Susan, it allows us to feel that very deep peace. That allows us to even be able to place our attention, our focus, our energy on other things that we would like to, whether that's being more present with our family members, our children, our pets, or more present to ourselves and our well-being, or the exercise we're doing in that moment. Whatever we are doing, it allows us that. And it really is phenomenal. Also, where we get taken. I would not have told people, how long ago would it have been now, but if somebody said to me 20 years ago, oh, Sin, you're going to be doing, clairvoyant readings for people, and you're going to be an intuitive therapist and counselor, and, spiritually mentoring people and doing all these things and writing books and whatever, I'd be like, oh, really? I would have thought that was way off the track. And yet look at what has unfolded, and I could not be happier.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And that's the thing, is that when when you make that shift, when you finally get it, you realize that the mind, like you said, wastes so much energy trying to figure everything out, but it can't. It's like I said, it's like if you're driving from Sydney to Brisbane, there's no way for your mind to know that. It's never driven that road before. It doesn't know the way. You have to trust that God positioning system that's going to take you there. And like you said, but what I love now is the more I've, like I said, the more I've surrendered, the more I've opened myself up to this. I love how these random synchronicities, it's like, oh, I clicked on that email and then it took me down this rabbit hole that now this beautiful thing's opened up in my life. And it's, I love the random ways that things now flow to me, rather than sort of, it's much more interesting, right? It's much more interesting rather than the way our mind thinks we need to go. It's so much more interesting when we open it up to the beauty of the universe and what it wants to show us.
Yeah. I feel like the surrendering perspective is almost one where instead of looking down at your feet when you're walking and missing everything because you're being run by egoic mind and you have a very limited view of what is or what can be, it's akin to lifting one's, chin up and moving your head around to see all of what is and noticing it and being open to what is going to be further down the path as you walk towards it, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. It might be a good place to wrap up. I want to make sure our podcasts aren't too long, but thank you so much, Sin. This has been a lovely chat.
Yes, always. I love learning with you, Susan, as well, and from clients, from everybody. It's wonderful. Yeah, thank you. Really enjoy.
Yeah. I love this. I love this little connection we have, these spiritual riffs with Susan and Sin. And Sin, do you have an Elevate coming up soon? One of your...
Yeah, I do. Actually, we just had one this week, but the Elevate, people are welcome to join. It's the first Tuesday, 7 p.m. of the month, and the first Wednesday at midday. That's Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Yeah. Most
amazing. And also, if you haven't already checked her out, I'll put her links down below. You can also book one-on-one sessions with her. She's truly magic. So thank you so much, Sin. Until another episode, we will talk to you soon.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Susan.
Bye.